So hi guys and welcome back. As you know, I have been a bit more into mini and microcrafts lately, particularly those with a weight of less than 250 grams. Not only because of the new rules in the States, but also because I'm simply fascinated by their compactness and abilities given their small size. So in fact, I'm just now building another mini quadcopter, which should be a 130 size quadcopter, but this is not what today's video will be about, because, well, after building so many microcopters with a really small size and weight, I just had to go after my second passion, which are flying wings. So today's video will be about my micro FPV Flying Wing. That's a flying wing with a wingspan of 60 centimeters. That's about 23 inches. And it comes at a weight of about 170 grams. And that's the complete flying weight. So this is what I want to show you today, because it's awesome and it's great fun to fly such a small flying wing with FPV. So let's take a look at this. First, let's take a look at the front here, and as you can see, I'm using one of these small cameras with this tilt-able camera mount here in front. That's holding up very well, so I've been flying a lot with that. So I simply glued that to the nose here. That's really sticking very hard. I also applied some glue here. I have the screw in there, but I don't trust it very much, so I applied some screw. So that's my very small camera. All the links will be in the description as usual, of course. Here I have the FPV transmitter also mounted on top. That is your regular EA-Shine FPV transmitter, in my case the 25 milliwatt version. And here I'm using a simple whip antenna, as you can see, simply because I wanted to save some weight. This is of course not final, so I fully plan to take off this connector here and also take off the complete whip antenna and replace it by, where I have it, there it is, by one of these. I will put the link in the description. So that's a very small cloverleaf antenna, very small and lightweight, which I will directly solder to that, which will give me even more lightweight solution and better reception, of course, better transmission, because the cloverleafs are much better than the simple whip antennas. So let's continue with the setup here. I will talk about the motor, about the power setup in a second. You can see here are the two power cables which go through this to the bottom, and this is the bottom. And you can see I've simply installed a little balance connector here, because that allows me to simply power the video transmitter through the balance connector of my lipo. So that is not unused. So this is really nice. I have this on several of my crafts and it works very well. We have here a simple lipo. That's a 500 milliampere 3S lipo, which I will also link in the description, and these XT30s to power the rest of the setup. What we have here as well is one of these FreeSky do-it-yourself receivers. They are very cheaply available at Banggood at the moment, and I always wanted to try them out. I wanted to try what the reach of them is, and well, it's working great. So I've been flying several hundred meters away and the reception is nice. It also comes with this long whip antenna here, which I simply hot glued here just to keep it in place. And here so I'm using as a power setup, as a power system, I'm using a multi-rotor gear, of course. That's one of the cheap 12 ampere Afro Simon K ESCs, which is here connected to this motor, which is, let me see where you can see it, there you can see it. That's one of the multi-star motors, the multi-star 1704 with 1900 kVs. And here in the back I have again a prop, a multi-rotor prop. That's a 5030 prop. So that works really well and is also really lightweight. What I additionally have here, of course, are some very small servos, which I will also link in the description. So basically this is the setup for my FPV wing, and there are some nice features about this. First, it's very lightweight. As I told you, we arrive at around 170 grams flying weight of this with this. So let's check this out. So I'm just trying to have some balance here to give you the true weight, and that looks nice. So as you can see, I hope you can see it, yes you can see it, we arrive at a flying weight of 166 grams here. So you will question, and how does it fly? What's the thrust of this? This is also very nice because with this power setup, with this Multistar 1704 motor on 3S and this prop, I arrive at around 235 grams of thrust, which is pretty nice because that means it will go vertical without any problems. What is also nice about this power system is that at full throttle it only needs about 4.5 to 5 amperes. So that means I can go over 6 minutes of full throttle with this setup, which means I usually get flying times of well over 10 minutes. And well, flying this is a blast. So many of you know what it is like to fly a mini quad in acro mode with flips and everything like that, but this is, well, I would say even more exciting because doing rolls and doing loops with that one really fast is really nice. And another really nice feature about that is it is so lightweight. So with below 170 grams, you will have a very hard time to really damage, to severely damage or even destroy this wing. So when I first tried it out, the COG, the center of gravity, wasn't completely right. So I did several nose dives straight into the ground and nothing happens. So unless you go with that really full throttle into the ground, you won't be able to really break it easily. But the best comes at the end, right? And the best about this is cheap. This is a cheap solution. So as this wing is sitting here, complete setup, completely with FPV, everything, even the lipo and the receiver, it cost me about $90. $90, that's below $100 for a complete FPV wing, for a complete FPV craft, which is awesome. However, I have to say, this is not for the faint-hearted. So if you have never flown a wing or even never flown a fixed wing airplane, you should probably not start with that one because, well, it's not a beginner plane to fly. So you need to have some experience with wings to fly this. But if you have some experience, then this is great. It's well, it's not so easy to fly because it's so small, you know. So I can really suggest this to everyone who has some experience with fixed wing and wants to get into FPV flying with a fixed wing. With that, it's really fun and you don't have to worry about breaking much because not much will break because it is so lightweight. So if you have $90 to spare, if you like to try out fixed wing FPV, if you're interested in that, look into the description. I have all the components there. And well, I'm looking forward to see some more micro FPV wings builds coming from you. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And now let's go flying.